Welcome to the 2017 season for Evergreen Speedway. I'm Jeremy Anders, your new announcer here at Evergreen Speedway. Alongside me is the president of Evergreen Speedway, Doug Hobbs. This is our first edition of Evergreen Speedway Weekly News, as we're going to talk with drivers throughout the season. And the first person we're going to talk to is the man behind the scenes, the man that got this all going with High Road Promotions, and Doug Hobbs. Doug, welcome.
Thank you, Jeremy, and welcome to Evergreen Speedway.
Well, thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here. Well, first off, let's talk about the off-season of 2016. Quite a few changes that happened behind the scenes for the track, and some kind of up front as well. Let's talk about those changes that happened.
Well, one of the big changes is obviously bringing you aboard full-time for PR, announcing, and sales, ticketing, and other things you're going to be helping us with. Adding some extra, layers of races this season is great for the facility. Where do you want me to start? Maybe with the Budweiser Crown Series?
Let's talk about the Crown Series for sure. Okay. One of the exciting additions this year, over $240,000 going to be up for grabs, the 6-race season. Let's just talk about why you want to start this series.
Well, one of the things we look at each year when we do the scheduling is try to put together something that is bigger, bigger and better for the next year. And one of the things looking at that, trying to have a feature super late model race each year, which would complement our Summer Showdown, our K&N and Galloway. And I just thought it would be a great way for the Puget Sound region and the state of Washington especially to invite drivers from around the area to come over once a month. And so we have 3 features on the 3H track and 3 features on the 5H track. So it's kind of a series within a series of our NASCAR Wheeling All-American Series.
Talk about some driver changes that happened this year. One thing we're talking about, we have 3 rookies heading into the Super Late Models this year. It's the first time in a long time we've had 3 rookies going up for the grabs, but it seems like we're going to have quite a few drivers this year at Evergreen Speedway.
We are. It's looking like a great year again. Late models, as you know, when we took over in 2011 and built it up from there, getting tracks to get more on the same type of rules packages has really helped. I think a rebound in the economy has certainly helped, but it's going to be an exciting year for us because with 3 rookies running for Rookie of the Year in our Super Late Model division is going to be awesome, and it's talent. I mean, you've got some great talent there with Chad Fitzpatrick, champions in other divisions moving up to our Super Late Model division. You've got the young Holmes kid moving up from sprint cars to do this. That's going to be pretty exciting.
Yeah, a lot of fun things happening here. This facility is pretty amazing because it doesn't have just one track. You have like 6 tracks within one facility here. So you have something going on every single weekend. We have drifting going on. We have autocross going on, drag racing. Talk about those changes that have happened and how those have grown.
Well, with making Kevin Guthrie, who has been here for 2 years now, over the off-season, Kevin became our director of motorsports. So now under his tutelage and leadership is the NASCAR platform, our drift platform, our autocross platform, as well as our drag racing platform. Those will be all under Kevin. We've actually reorganizing our drag racing program over the year, and we're going to relaunch some new things for this year. Kevin's done an amazing job of bringing along our autocross program, which operates year-round now, and our drift program to new heights with just the different events that we're doing, different excitements, a lot more grassroots drivers, a lot more Pro-Am drivers that are registering this year. So it's going to be a tremendous year pretty much across every platform this year. It's really exciting to see.
So new things happening this season that fans will kind of see. One new thing is going to be a new website released pretty soon.
Yes, it's something we've been working on now for several years, and now we're able to kind of do the one voice aspect of having it all under the Evergreen Speedway tag versus Evergreen Drags, Evergreen Motocross, Evergreen Motor, all these other platforms. Now all the motorsports will be in one area. Fan engagement should be much better. It's a lot more informational, a lot more proactive, and I think with what you and Derek are doing on the video side of it this year and social media, I think the fans are going to love it a lot.
It's never too early to talk about the Summer Showdown.
Never.
One of the biggest races in the country, hosted here, going into its 6th year, 5 different race winners in those first 5 years. Some big changes this year. You moved the date from June into July.
Correct.
Let's talk about that a little bit, but maybe some of the changes are for the drivers to hopefully help out the race.
Yeah, one of the things that has been a challenge when we first picked out the Summer Showdown dates, of course, for 27 years it had never rained on that weekend until we had the first Summer Showdown. And unfortunately, the last few years, I think 3 out of the 5 had way too much weather involvement. It affects your fan count, it affects your driver count if they're traveling a long ways. So we had the opportunity, or we took the opportunity to work with some other tracks around the area, and we worked with NASCAR extremely a lot over the winter to try to make sure that our summer showdown didn't overlap a K&N race, didn't overlap anyone else's big races. We're a week after the Montana 200, but I think for some of the traveling teams that they actually like that, so they don't have to go back to the East Coast or from California. They can kind of stay up in the area, move there. So by able to work with NASCAR, I think that we're getting a lot more interest from the K&N West especially. But literally with all of the tours not racing that weekend, it should be a tremendous car count and competitor level this year that we haven't seen.
And already, I think we're at 20 entries, the most entries we've ever had in this early before the race, which is pretty amazing. They're rolling in, and people can enter right now. If you're a driver, you can go to evergreenspeedway.com and enter. But talk about that, already having that many entries coming in.
Yeah, it is pretty amazing. Again, with the help of yourself coming aboard with Derek and doing a better social media presence and getting websites up to date, doing a little doing a little more harder work in the off season has really paid off. And I think the fans are going to see that literally every weekend, starting from April 1st all the way through our NASCAR season, there are no dog dates. They're all just really tremendous dates, whether we're talking figure eight racing, NASCAR racing, sprint racing, whatever it might be. Every weekend is jam-packed, so it's going to be an exciting one.
Talk about opening night coming up April 1st. You know, a lot of built-in time goes into opening night, and as we can see back behind us here, you got the track crews putting up billboards and the track getting ready here. I know the weather hasn't been the best to get ready for opening night, but you have a big one planned here, and we're expecting a huge field of Super Late models on the 3/8s.
It looks like a good crowd that's going to be forming at the front gate and the back gate, so I think that driver interest, there's been a lot of pent-up demand over this off-season, and I think people are ready to get out on the track. We've got a lot of things changing for the track this year, but it's going to be weather dependent. With repaving the 3/8 track, we were originally going to tear that out in February and repave it in March, and the people that are doing the work said hold off with the weather. But we are going to be doing a lot more improvements down in the pits, the access roads, and some additional parking for Summer Showdown and some of our big 5/8 races. The opening night is our third annual kicking off with the Mighty 12s Alliance. The whole Seahawk theme is going very well. We have a lot of interest. It's for the fans. It's a fun time, to come in and get the kids. A lot of kids games going on this year, adult games. We got some new drift trikes and some things, but all that leading up to Fan Fest at 5 o'clock, and then some of the best racing, short track racing in America is going to start at 6 o'clock on April 1st.
We've talked about being such an amazing facility. Last year, you guys hosted Global RallyCross, and they're coming back again this season. Talk about that. That's going to be really a neat experience for fans to see.
It really was. I think that, again, it was a little inclement weather at the end of September last year. We've moved that up to the week after Labor Day. It's going to be actually a 3-day event this year. It's going to be Friday is going to be preliminary rounds, and then a double header on Saturday and Sunday for both the lights and for the supercars. So it's quite an event, and it's caused quite a stir around Puget Sound. I know that ticket sales are off to a brisk start again this year, so really looking forward to that. Formula Drift is expanding this year to have some track activity for fans Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So both of our big international events will be 3-day events this year.
Great. Thank you for joining us on the show. Like we said, we're going to be doing this once a week with drivers and crews and much more. So stay tuned. Every Wednesday it'll be here on your Evergreen Speedway Weekly News. I want to thank Doug Hobbs for taking part of his busy schedule getting ready for the season. For more information on anything and tickets, go to evergreenspeedway.com. Like we said, a new website coming very, very soon. I'm Jeremy Anders signing off for Evergreen Speedway Weekly News.
This is Jimmy Johnson, and Evergreen Speedway is your NASCAR home track.